cat's ass in my face.
Nice. That's the intro done for Slog It. I'm Dan Watson. Welcome to the Dirt, ladies and gentlemen. This evening we have a very distinguished guest by the name of Myles Hillier. He's been in the scene for a number of years, was around for the great heyday before the decline, and is back once again on board. We're going to bring him straight in and see what he has to say for himself. Good evening, Myles Hillier. Welcome to the Dirt.
Easy now, boys. How are we doing?
Very good, very good.
How's things?
Sorry, mate. He's watching his telly, isn't he?
I don't know. Yeah, is he watching? Are you watching Lee Wright on the telly again?
No, I'm turning it off, man.
He's too busy watching Love Island or whatever it is.
I think he's like Rennie. He's not exactly sure how the remote control works.
Right, it's gone. Good evening, gentlemen. How are we this evening?
Nice for you to join us, Slog. Fucking asshole.
Well, I'm very good. I'm very excited. It's a pleasure to be asked onto this.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for agreeing to come on.
Not a problem at all.
We've all been a bit busy of late with the champs.
Yeah.
And I'm sure we'll go into a little bit of that.
Oh, nice pussy, Slogs.
Oh yes,
he's a beaut, isn't he?
For those viewers who are listening or listeners, Slogs is currently stroking his very well groomed pussy. Yeah, what's his name? Pudding. Any minute.
There we go. We've already mentioned a Mountainboarder. Is he named after Pudding?
No, he's not. I think the kid's named him.
Oh.
If I remember rightly.
Oh.
He's a beaut, though. He's all right, man.
Yeah.
He's fucking off now. He thinks Dan's a
prick. We've never got on.
Right,
never got on. Yeah, welcome to the show.
Where do we start?
Yeah.
What a cracking weekend it was 2 weekends ago.
Oh, mate, what a weekend! I'm just gutted that I booked a flight on the Monday. Otherwise, I would have been having a little bit more like yourself, Dan, chucking some backflips.
Not landing them, no, not landing them. Cool.
It's the taking part that counts, isn't it?
Oh, I felt somewhat akin to, without fully going through with it, I felt for Ollie Morrison on that Sunday there, because when my asshole hit the ground, it definitely felt like something could quite easily have happened. And if I was chucking something much bigger over like he was over a bigger distance, you can quite see how easily it had happened.
Yeah, did you have one in the chute? Did you? Mate, I've never seen someone roll up the kicker.
Not good. Everything that I've ever said to myself about doing backflips, I ignored.
Yeah.
Hey ho.
I mean, when was the last time you did one, mate?
We had a few into foam, didn't we, over winter?
Oh yeah.
I think the last one to that was possibly the Green Man. The last one I remember you doing.
Yeah, possibly.
Must have been a while ago, eh?
That would have been maybe 2007 latest, I would have thought. Maybe before that.
Was that the last comp there?
It was
Pass.
It was the comp where the Howler tent was there, and they were giving away Howler t-shirts, and they had the prototype of the Howler board. Remember them?
Yeah, I remember them.
Yeah,
I remember being very interested in trying to tickle a few balls and seeing if I could get some sponsorship out of them, actually.
It's no good tickling balls. You got to get them fully in your mouth to get a sponsorship deal.
Would you still have been riding a no snow at that time?
I was, yeah.
Well,
Well,
hold up. I'm asking you about we're delving probably in halfway into the story here, aren't we?
Yeah, a little bit.
So we've established so far that your name is Myles Hillier.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit more about yourself, Myles. What's your age? Where'd you come from? Did you go to school?
Did I go to school?
Yeah,
A little bit, yeah.
a little.
Yeah. Well, I'm 32. I'm 5'8", and I love the chicks.
The
But more
VHS
importantly-
video dating service.
But more importantly, do the chicks love you?
No, only
Yeah.
only the one I'm with. Thank fuck. She's
Uh,
amazing.
Big up the Isha.
Yes. She's
Thank you
she's
very
over
much
there
for-
wearing not very much clothing. It's far too hot these days, isn't it?
Isn't it just?
It's ridiculous.
The terrorist at the bottom of the hill. That's got to be a first as well.
Yeah, man. Big up Ashir for that. That was amazing work. How are your
Yeah.
tats looking, boys?
All right, man.
Yeah, pretty good, man.
Get your tits
Oh,
out.
get your tits out, so I get.
Nice.
That one.
Well, you want me to start from the beginning then, right? I guess.
Yeah, I suppose it's probably.
Well, I've been skateboarding since I was like 6. Still shit at it, but like I was avid into skateboarding, really enjoyed it. And then I guess it was around 2004-ish. Hill 62 popped up, like literally, I don't know, 300 meters walk from my house.
Nice.
Which was pretty fucking sweet. But Jack Beezer, I don't know whether you knew him, he got well on it straight away. And I was like, what's this fucking malarkey? It looks like a load of knob. But he convinced me to go and have a go. Obviously, well, not obviously, but I was skint. I didn't have a lot of money. Borrowed a board. Fucking loved it. Saved up immediately. Bought a MBS Tempest, I think it was.
Right.
Still with the channel trucks and like Velcro bindings.
Post bindings. Or...
Yeah, the post bindings. Got some bungee cord for heel straps.
Yeah.
I was wearing my old ice hockey gear.
How old would you have
How
been?
old were you at this point?
About 14, I think.
And how did you come to meet Jack Beezer then?
I've known him since I was 2. Like he lived literally around the corner from me. We grew up together. Like I've known him since I was 2. Like his parents, my parents were really good friends. Skated together. I mean, I say skated. We bumboarded on skateboards down his hill a lot. Got a lot of injuries from that. Jack lost his fingernail. That was good. He rode over his own fingernail. That was amazing.
Yeah, that's a proper that is.
But yeah, man, like Rob Ray built. Well, I say built. He set up Hill 62 with like a few Argos kickers, like mowed in and like a track using the natural like hill.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, had an 0800 reverse kicker. That was wicked fun. A little bit bigger than the Argos kickers, so like you could get 3s on it if you were good enough, which none of us were. not at the start anyway.
The classic 270s.
Oh mate, the amount of 270s with the ironic landing. there was far too many. I mean, like I have to say, boys, I smoked a lot of weeds and drank a lot of booze during those times. So a lot of this is going to be hazy chat. And unfortunately, Matt Brind isn't going to be able to tell us if we're right or wrong because he was also cutting his teeth at the time. So we'll see. But I mean, you will have to get Carl Rowlands on at some point. Like he'll be able to shed a bit more light on the Hill 62 crew and like the WX.
Where was this then?
Not in Essex.
Not in Essex.
No. So it's in Buckinghamshire. It's a place called Town Farm, in Ivinghoe. It's like northwest of London, basically, in between like Watford and Milton Keynes. And yeah, I just rode there quite a lot. Yeah, I eventually bought my own board, but it wasn't very good. And Ray, the guy that ran the place, always just used to lend me his Comp 16 or Leon Robbins to race on, because mine was a piece of shit. Like, in comparison anyway. But yeah, I won quite a few competitions there. Like, it was very low key, but like I think it was called like Lazy Sundays.
Right.
Competitions.
Yeah,
I think it rings a bell. Yeah.
But yeah, got riding, like, met Carl Rowlands and Tristan Gardner.
Right.
They were quite a bit older than us. They were 25 at the time. It seems mad to talk about now. But I mean, I was only
14-year-old.
15, yeah. But yeah, we were riding with them quite a lot, and we had quite a lot of Freeride around our area. Like the Chilterns were just around the corner, so loads of wicked Freeride. And yeah, they took us under their wing, as it were. I remember Tristan coming round to my parents' house and convincing my parents to let them take us to let them take us to a competition, in which my parents just replied, "Of course, yeah, just get rid of him. I don't care. Like,
yeah.
I don't
Take
give
him
a shit.
away.
Yeah, take him away." I think, yeah, my first competition was OTG out to grass in 2005, I want to say.
Right.
We turned up like a week early, and it was hot as fuck, and I was riding the track and it was fine. I was just rolling everything, and I was on my MBS. No, I was on my Tempest. Like, I didn't have Rob's board to borrow that during that. I was rolling everything and it was fine, and I just got quicker and quicker and quicker, and then that triple just fucking ate me, man. Like, knocked out. I was on my own on the hill as well. Everyone else was at the campsite, and I was just out for a bit, and who knows how long I was out for. But I went back to the campsite and I was like, oh, I don't feel good. I'm pretty sure that I was unconscious. I think I need a little sit down and a glass of water, please. And Carl just
severely sunburnt on one side.
yeah. And Carl just took one look at me and went, "What's wrong with you, man? I thought you'd be tripling that by now." And I was like, you know, come on, give me a break. Like, the biggest feature we had at Hill 62 was like, we had the rule of 2 foot up, 2 foot down. So the biggest feature we had was 2 foot high. You know, so like, these rollers were insane. I'd never ridden anything like it. But yeah. So yeah, knocked myself out.
14, 15, and in your first year of competition, attempting to triple the OTG.
I wasn't attempting to. I just got quicker and quicker and quicker. And then, like, you know, when your legs just can't take it, and it just hit one of the rollers and just splatted out the other side.
Oh.
Yeah, it was harsh. And then, yeah, I basically nursed myself back to health, and it came to competition day and it pissed it down with rain. And so Carl decided that it was going to rain all weekend, so we packed up our bags and went. And the next day they had a blistering hot weather, and as you know, out to grass, the drainage there was brilliant. I don't know how they managed it.
And it baked off real quick as well, didn't it?
Yeah. And they had a wicked competition. I was gutted. Absolutely
Oh, no.
gutted.
Do you
But yeah.
imagine you went for the whole week
Yeah.
and then left the day before the competition because it looks like rain?
Yeah. Gutted. Fuck you, Carl. Nah, I mean, I honestly, I know you guys have said like mountain boarding owes you nothing. And I completely agree with that. But it has given me so much, man. Like it's like I had a fucking hard time at school. I had real bad anger issues. Like I was getting in fights all the time. I was getting detention all the time, and like meeting Carl and Tristan and Smiley and Kerry, like they just sort of took me under their wing and really fucking helped me out, man. Gave me something to concentrate on, really work on. And like Carl was a prison officer, so he basically just sat on me anytime I was being a dick. Like,
you knew how to deal with dickheads.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that was quite helpful. And there was some harrowing words that I will never ever forget. Was he said to me, if you carry on the way you are, by the time you're 18, I'll see you behind bars, mate.
Yeah.
And that really stuck with me and really gave me something to believe in and work on, and just try and fucking sort my life out, really.
Yeah. I think
yeah,
most mountain boarders are good eggs, aren't they?
Yeah,
is the bottom line. But we've all got the little silly side that in our youth and inexperience can sometimes be very stupid as well.
Well, talking of which, actually, that OCG competition, I remember when people started arriving, the first thing I saw was, I think it was Ant Wilson, Stu Lugger, and Steve Burbeck playing hot potato with a baguette that was on fire, which was one of the funniest things I've ever witnessed. I was like, this is amazing. These are my people. It was ridiculous. Oh man, all the antics, man, like fire and dangerous shit. Brilliant, love it. Get me in.
Well, I was going to say back then it was considered sort of the norm, isn't it? I mean, you look at the sort of people that the media, modern media today is creating in comparison to the people who would have influenced us, and the celebrities and the cultures that would have influenced us. They're vastly different. I mean, like Love Island or whatever, and this whole pristine, there's certainly no like filters and all that sort of stuff on any of us back then. Christ, there weren't no cameras, thankfully.
Yeah,
maybe that's why there's a change, because they're all being bloody filmed and don't want to be filmed doing half the stuff that we got up to.
Yeah, man. Yeah, there was some silly shit that I got up to at mountain board comps,
but it was always in the pursuit of pleasure. It was never in the pursuit of anything more than that, isn't it? Harmless. Well, not so much harmless, but
I was about to say. I remember once at Court Farm, jumping on the bonnet of Dave Compton's car, and then he decided to start doing donuts, and I got slung off the side of the car and knocked out once again. Well done, Myles. And then he got out of the car, didn't realise I was knocked out, and started kicking me, and that's how I woke up.
How many times have you knocked yourself out?
I don't know.
I
don't know. Definitely that time, and the other time that I mentioned that I now can't. Jesus Christ. Yeah. ICG. Yeah.
Yeah, on the triples.
I think those are the only times I've been knocked out, but I'm not too sure.
Mind
I've
you,
definitely had a few like knocks to the head, and
you definitely took a tumble at Hart Hill last year.
yeah, that was a good one. Straight out the back of the berm.
Yeah, straight out the quickest part of the course.
Yeah,
Over
yeah.
the top of the berm. Into the stinging nettles, was it?
Stinging nettles and thistles, yeah. To be honest, I'm glad they were there. Otherwise, that would have hurt a hell of a lot more.
Yeah.
I mean, I had two choices. It was either ride straight into the back of Lisa and like right into her back. Like it would have been
Catastrophic.
yeah, exactly. Or sit down and like try and swerve around her. And there was no way of swerving back onto the course. So I just went straight off and, ate shit. Like, there's a brilliant bit of footage somewhere. I mean, Supermaning out the side of the fucking berm.
Yeah, I definitely remember seeing it.
It was brutal. But
I'll enjoy searching that one up.
Jolly.
Yeah.
Well, I'll send it to you. She got it on camera. But yeah, Jolly Tom straight to the rescue with a beer, fag, and an antihistamine. That's all I needed, man. It's perfect.
Oh, he's a good lad.
He is a good egg, isn't he?
Yeah. So you was at some point though, we've come away from your
Yes.
sort of timeline as such.
Yeah.
You did or / didn't do your first competition at OTG. So where did you do your first competition? At Court Farm? Where Dave Thompson chucked you off the bonnet of his car?
No, that was a bit later. To be honest, I'm not entirely sure. It definitely was 2006 though, because I think that this is what I remember. Matt Brind might be able to tell us if we're wrong on this one, but I think OTG was the last event in 2005. So there was no more. And then 2006, I'm not sure. But we went to all of them. I know that much. I do specifically remember me and Jack going to the Edge one year. Got the train there. Like Carl, for some reason, Carl, Tristan, Smiley, and Kerry couldn't make that year. Not that year, that event. So me and Jack got a train to wherever it was.
Stopped at a shop for some lighter fluid.
No. No, we got the train. I guess it was to somewhere near there, right? Where would that have? I mean, it was Shropshire, right? So a train from London would have been, I guess, Birmingham.
Wenlock. Where was Much Wenlock? It was quite far north.
No, it's not. It's on the Welsh border.
The Edge. Or from I thought memory. It was, well, I say north. Don't forget, Nottingham is north for me.
That is true.
Yeah. North for us, Dan.
Excellent. Yeah.
Much Wenlock is Shropshire. It's just west of Birmingham, I'm pretty sure.
Right.
So Dan was right up north.
Christ. That is right up country, isn't it?
It's a Whippet's job, that one.
So I think me and Beezer, we got the train up to Birmingham, it must have been, and then or possibly somewhere a little bit closer, and then got a taxi to Much Wenlock. And we were telling the taxi driver the Edge Mountainboard Centre, and he was like, "I haven't got a fucking clue what you're on about, mate."
Yeah.
What is mountainboarding? It was like, one of these things, bro. He was like, yeah.
Can you put it in Google Maps?
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. That didn't exist. So he just dropped us off in Much Wenlock, and Jack Jack Beezer, what an absolute hero. He did all of the research for me and for us. Like, I used to get in the van, wake up and say, what part of the country are we in, quite often. Like, I was so shit at geography, and I smoked way too much weed. I just
Miles, that's exactly what I do with a dare.
Yeah. Who are we talking to this evening? It's Myles Hillier character.
Don't tell you when to turn up, who we're talking to, and that's it. Oh, okay, yeah, all
right. Yeah.
It's the sad truth, I'm afraid. you are now behind the curtain, the Wizard of Oz's curtain.
Yeah. Oh, slogs. You bellend. But yeah, so we got dropped off in Much Wenlock, and then Jack figured out which road we needed to walk up, and it was up a bit of a hill, and we had obviously all of our camping gear and our boards and gear and everything. So we started walking up, and me being the stoner that I was just like, fuck this, Jack, I can't be fucked. Like, let's just put a sum out. Someone might stop. Like, let's just go for it. BMW pulls up, tinted windows, and both me and Jack were like, oh, I'm not sure about this. Like, both like 14, 15. And he seemed really nice, which they always do. But yeah, he was fine. He put our stuff in the boot. We both clutched our helmets, ready to batter him around the head, just in case. But yeah, he dropped us off at the Mountainboard Centre, and he was really nice. We got there, set up our tents, and we're like, right, how are we going to get some beer? Like, we're only 15. Like, how are we going to get some beer? Looked over, saw Muller, Friday, and Ash Mulholland doing a backflip off the side of a car, and it was just like, right, those guys, we're going to ask them. We'll ask them to buy us some beer. Asked them to buy us some beer. Sure enough, they pulled through, sorted us out. Absolute happy chaps. It's only recently I found out that Ash is younger than me. But hey, he looked older. It worked. But yeah, fucking wicked times. The Edge was my favourite. Well, not my favourite. It was one of. Yeah. Racing on that track. Just the top section and those berms. Brilliant.
It was hell of a smooth. I did enjoy that about it.
Yeah, those long, large rollers.
Yes,
perfect.
Exactly. There was a very mellow flow feel to it.
Yeah, like snowboard style, man.
Yeah. It was very similar to that.
Very nice.
Yeah, I should, from memory, there was no real challenge about the track as such. It was accessible to all.
I would say the top section, but that was it. Like, the top section was quite quick and then whippy into that first left. But after that, it was smooth sailing. Yeah. Like, again, the second berm was way too far back. Didn't really, it was big and high, but it wasn't where you needed it. It was just a flat corner. But yeah, that double berm was brilliant fun. I've got a wicked photo of me taking that inside line, actually. My face is like nearly touching the ground. It was brilliant. Just like going completely sideways. Obviously lost all of my speed. Came out in first, but then just lost everyone.
Lost everything.
But brilliant.
But if you've come through with that photo, we should be seeing that on the screen right now.
I will send it over, mate. Don't you worry.
I'll tell you what, talking of double berms, and I don't want to jump away from the subject here because we're on a roll on your timeline, but enough to say, double berms. I think we all know what we're talking about here.
Yeah, mate.
Here recently.
It opened that up and made it a far more exciting ball across, and could have been. It was amazing.
Yeah.
I have to say, I mean, the reason I didn't race is because there wasn't enough berm for me, and I can't turn right anymore. Like, but like those double berms are brilliant. I absolutely loved the racing that came out of that. Couple of highlights: Jolly Tom jumping onto Matt Brin's board and riding him for a little bit, and then the pro final, watching 4 people round the inside berm was insane.
Yeah.
Insane. So good. And I'm going to plug it right here. 80 Borders edit is up now. You can find that on 80borders.com.
Hey, nicely done there. Nicely done there.
Slid it in.
Yeah.
Even though
Also,
no one sent any
Robbie
questions in.
Kinsey's
What a bunch
double
of
clip
pricks.
to the head was quite good as well.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, say that again.
Robbie Kinsey's double clip to the head as 2 fucking boards went straight past him as he hit the deck.
Oh, I missed. think I
Between
missed
the
that.
first and second berm. There's some footage around of it.
I have to say, I might have missed it because I was filming it. You know, when you're concentrating on trying to get everything in frame.
Yeah.
And you're actually not watching what's going on at all. You're just trying to get all the riders and shit in frame. It's just like I missed quite a lot of riding, like quite a lot of the racing because of that. It's just like, oh, what happened?
Well,
But
if you did miss any of the action, as Miles just said, head on over to 80borders.com.
correct.
Click on the links on the YouTube. It's up on YouTube as well. Go
Yeah,
check
man.
it out. A hell of a video. Hell of a video.
Did you like it?
Oh yeah.
Did you like seeing my P stream?
Your piece straight. Was that yours, was it?
I sent it across to Ash and I was just like, I dare you to try and put this in. Sure enough, he did. But what annoyed me is I was filming a bug on a leaf and it was really beautiful and really cool. And I was like, this is going to be some nice, like, interchangeable footage. And he didn't even use that bit at all. Just used my piss stream. Brilliant.
Well, and whilst we're on the subject, any relevant pissing stories? I mean, we could count that this is your pissing story for this episode.
No,
perfect.
there is one.
Oh, there is one.
Yeah.
Get it out then. Let's get it out the way.
Basically, I'm not sure which one of the BFC pissed in a bucket, but I do know that
Just name one. Just randomly name one. It doesn't matter.
I'm pretty sure it was Dave Compton, but I wasn't going to say that.
Oh, no.
Pissed in a bucket. He pissed in a bucket, and I was being a drunken, silly twat, and I put said bucket on my head. And I think this was at Ride the Hill. Actually, I think it was one of those. I think it was a jam. It might have been a cream teas and jam, maybe.
Right.
At Ride the Hill, at XBP, or maybe it was a Tramper Challenge. I can't remember.
There was definitely a couple of Tramper challenges.
Yeah, I'm not sure about a BFC.
Yeah, maybe it was a Tramper Challenge. There was
haziness. We don't necessarily need that level of detail.
Yeah. It was Anyway, it was some fun. It was some fun competition at XBP, and we all had a lot of fun. And then I wore someone's piss as a hat. And it was almost fun. And it was it was Jack Johnson was just like laughing at me, and I was like, what are you laughing at? And he was just like, I'm pretty sure Dave pissed in that bucket. It seemed pretty dry to me, so maybe he was pissing marmalade. He was so dehydrated. Who knows?
Well, the thing that gets me about this story, you're in a field. Like, why would you bother with the bucket in the first place? Unless he was preempting you putting it on his head.
Oh, dirty bitch.
Go on.
Not only did he preemptively pissed on my head.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's Dave Compton for you as well.
That's
I want to make sure his mum.
classic
I want to make sure
DC.
I want to make sure his mum and dad watch this episode.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But well, they
What a
message
dark
me
horse.
after every episode just to let me know that they're glad or not glad that their son has been involved. But this episode, the email that I'm expecting from Mr. and Mrs. Compton is going to be absolutely livid, I reckon.
Oh shit! Maybe you should cut that out. I don't want Dave to get in trouble.
Oh, fuck him.
Okay. Big love BFC, by the way.
Big love. Hey, big love to Jack Johnston.
Yeah, man.
Jack Johnstone.
Congratulations, buddy.
Congratulations,
What a legend.
The other day, although by the time this goes out, it'll obviously be much later.
Yeah. What a legend.
Indeed. But you're probably similar sort of. Oh no, they're a bit older than you, weren't they? To be
A little bit, like a year or two.
So by this point, who
2
was when you're at these competitions? Who's your crew then?
So
and Muller and Friday and that did these three lads who bought you your first beers there? Did they turn into your fam?
Not so much. I mean, like we hung around quite a lot, but no, me and Jack, we basically, me, Jack, and Carl and Tristan, we formed WX, which was a Freeride team, as it were. We did lots of free riding. We filmed a video called Our Terrain, which is now finally up on YouTube after giving Carl a bit of grief, asking him if he put it up.
There you go.
There it is. There it is.
£8 apparently back in the day.
£8. I never saw a penny.
We'll stick a link up for that as well.
Yeah, please do. Yeah, it's literally just been put up like a couple of days ago. So yeah, it's wicked little video all about free riding.
So, how long ago was that done? What year?
That was 2006, isn't it? Something like that.
Is that what it says on the tin? Because I haven't got a clue. It must be around that sort of time.
Because it says you have a myspace.com, Team WX.
Brilliant. Does MySpace still exist? We've got to check that out.
I think it does, but you have to search for it and ask Jeeves.
I fucking nearly spat all over my computer then, mate. Jesus.
What I will say is, though, despite the rather professional looking cover, it is quite blatantly DVR.
£8 for that?
Yeah, mate.
I mean, the thing is, it does.
That's prime. That's prime in 2006.
It's rewritable. It even says RW on there. You'd think you'd at least put WX on there.
Brilliant.
But yeah, no date, unfortunately.
Oh, I'm gonna reel off a few notes that I took because I watched it before this. I'm just gonna reel off a few bits of it because, like, so the reason we were called WX is basically because all of our spots that we rode began with a W, so it was like a mass equation because we're nerds. The first spot was Wendover. Second spot was Watford. Third spot. This is all in the video.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about this.
So W1 is Wendover. W2 is Watford. W3 was Woburn Bike Park, and W4 I think was Wendover again. So we kind of lied about the amount of spots that we had.
But no, I think it goes to 4. There's 4.
Yeah.
It
says W4, but I think that was Wendover again.
Right. Oh, okay.
I think I may be wrong.
But I've got to say, there is a hell of a drop that I'm pretty sure that you, and maybe in W3, or I think, that I'm pretty sure that it's you that ends up riding it out. Somebody drops it and falls, slides out on the landing, and then I'm pretty sure you drop it afterwards and ride out through some
That was Woburn. Yeah,
Woven.
Woburn Bike Park. Pretty gnarly place.
Very nice, tasty drop that.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm pretty sure that's where I earned my nose stripes, actually. Through doing you watching the TV again, Slogs?
I'll put our terrain on.
Don't do that
So
now,
in
you
the
fella.
background.
You might as well turn the computer around so we can watch it on the screen instead of you.
Yeah, that was Woburn. That was mad. There was some serious roots in that, and I don't know how I got away with it, to be honest. It was like the running was rutty as fuck, with tree stumps everywhere that they'd cut out for all the bikers, and then the reason there was a drop was because it was all roots and just suddenly like real fucking steep, and then you rode out and it came straight back up again, and I just about managed to hold the line, like through some fern bushes or whatever they're called. Yeah, mad.
Tasty. It looks, there's a really good angle. Well, there's two angles of it, in fact. But yeah, it actually gives a bit of scope and gravity to what you're riding there. So mad props to you on that one. That's tasty.
Thanks, man.
There was
one. Go on.
I was going to say, who is the? I don't think this is you. But who is the person who does? It is shown about 4 times in it, but in the film, who takes a slam and then must slide about 30 or 40 foot downhill.
Hamish Dunn.
Dunn.
I think. I mean, his name on it is Ham Dunn. I remember his name being Hamish, but yeah, he was a local lad that used to come to Hill 62. He used to ride there on his moped with his mountain board on the back of his moped. Absolute lunatic. There was a spot at Hill 62, like it was a farmer's field, and then we had like a small section of it, and there was a bit of it that was called the quarry.
Yeah,
and he was the only person that ever rode that. It was ridiculous. The guy was a nutcase. Like, like we were all avid free riders. Like, I mean, you know, we'd all chuck ourselves down crazy shit, but
some of that terrain looks proper steep. You guys are riding.
Mate, we didn't fuck about. We didn't fuck about. It was. I mean, the whole point of that video was just like, let's do something that mountain boarding hasn't done yet. Like, let's make a video that's not about doing tricks. Let's make a video that's about free riding through the woods, picking your own line and hitting some gnarly shit. And you're about to tell me that someone else did it before, and I'm, damn it!
No.
I'm sure the Naxo guys.
I don't piss on people's parades, you know that. Only Sloggett and Sonny Dibben. I only piss on their parades.
Oh yeah, fuck Sonny Dibben. He gave me a call at 2 a.m. the other night whilst I was driving back from the airport, and I didn't answer, like video call, didn't answer, and he just replied, "Answer, you cunt." Prick. And then I said, "What's up, man?" I was driving, not responded. Loser.
Hey, what can I say? He blows hot and cold. That's why we've never become a full-on item.
Makes sense.
I can't be having my piece blowing hot and cold. I wear the pants in the relationship. I got an interesting one up in the other night, actually. It was, in fact, it's probably the perfect time to show it.
I think he must have been pissed in Poland when he called me.
Oh, so yeah, well, this
It
is
must have
from
been.
Poland, so yeah, maybe he must have been. I was speaking to James Wanklin, and then I got a message back from James Wanklin, that was just a video, and I haven't saved it by the looks of things, so that was a bit of a waste of time. Oh, there it is. Video, and I just thought, I bet you, right, this is going to be Sonny sat next to James Wanklin calling me a cunt. So I said that do I need to record this? Like, is this going to be cool? You're all in Poland having a great time, and this could be something cool for the dirt, or is this just Sonny calling me a cunt again?
And it's Sonny calling you a cunt, isn't it?
Big shout out to you, Dan Watson, for everything you do for the scene, which is absolutely nothing, because you're a fucking waste man. James Wanklin agrees, Ali agrees, David,
you agree? Yeah?
Say yeah. Say yeah, man.
He even got David to fucking mug you off. What a bastard. Brilliant.
I love it. I wouldn't change it for the world.
Of course not. Of course not. Oh, wonderful.
So yeah, it was probably something akin to that, I should imagine. Then
yeah, I'm assuming that's probably he's probably calling me up to
it's
slag
because...
me off to tell me that why are you going on the dirt? You're fucking nothing, mate.
It's probably because no one actually gives him their phone number. He's had to steal James's phone and be like, oh, fucking, oh, there's actually people I can speak to here.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Oh, Jesus. Going back to WX video.
Yes, indeed.
So, yeah, we like Wendover. I need to talk to you about Wendover. So, around this time, I bought a no snow, and I thought I was God's gift to mountain boarding, and I decided that no snow were gonna sponsor me. I decided that was gonna happen. I got quite friendly with JC,
yeah,
who made me do things that I wish I hadn't. On a mountain board.
I just want to say, do we need a doll for you to show everybody where?
No, that man, he is one of the most amazing riders I've ever ridden with. He pushed me to do some crazy shit, and knew that I was able to do it as well. And I'm so glad that he did. Like, the amount of times that I'd be stood, like, especially at Woburn, I remember him telling me, like, he was just like, right, yeah, we'll just ride in from here. It was quite a big road gap, like, well, not a road gap as such, like a trail gap. There was like a trail underneath, but like, it was a good. I'd say the height of it was about the same as Bug's drop off to the landing, but the distance was a little bit longer to like clear this, and it was in the trees that were all close knit together, and he was just like, yeah, mate, we're gonna jump off this, and I was like, you're fucking insane, man. Like, no. He was like, do you want a no snow jersey or what?
Oh, because JC was the one giving him out.
Yeah, exactly. But like, he knew the fucking deal, and he knew that he'd be able to talk to Pete and Dave, and just yeah, he just pushed me left, right, and center. No, I will find the photos of that as well somewhere. There's like, I just first ride, I'd never do it again. I'd never ride that drop again. But big, huge mute over the top of it. Stomped the landing, rode it out. I was like, "Yep, I'm done. I'm walking away from this one. Fuck this." Like,
one and done it.
One and done. See you later. I mean, you know, in my dreams, I 360 it all the time. But I mean, you know, I don't know about you boys, but I feel like I'm getting too old to fucking chuck 360s in the middle of trees these days. I don't want to do that anymore. Maybe on perfectly groomed jumps, I might consider it, but I just can't afford to hurt myself these days.
It's all about having fun.
Exactly, and
having fun.
Having fun is the main thing. Unfortunately, having fun also means taking risks in my case. So I just need to calm it down a little bit, just a little bit. But yeah, that's my excuse for not riding so much the champs anyway.
Fair enough. Well, I tell you what you should have done. You should have come over and had a bit more of a ride on the old retro boards.
Yeah.
One of the highlights of the weekend was out with Lewis and actually we need to get in touch with Sloggett. Drop the ball on that, haven't we?
I've got his dad's contact details now.
Yeah, well, we just never actually. It's all go, but we'd never actually arranged a date, had we?
Yeah.
Is this Lewis, the little absolute champion?
Yeah.
The little sailor,
So we're going to do our first and probably only, potentially, hopefully, child-friendly episode of the Dirt with Lewis very soon. But yeah,
yeah. I mean, I want to big up that lad. Absolute stomper, an absolute hard worker. He again, mountain boarding owes him nothing, but he has given mountain boarding everything he's got. What a hero. Yeah. I'm trying not to swear here. What a fucking
That's right, you
hero.
don't have to worry about that on your episode.
Yeah. What a fucking hero. What a fucking hero. That kid deserves all the praise he can get. Yeah. He worked really hard to help Emlyn and Eamon out, doing all the track and shit and riding like lightning.
Yeah.
Let's hope he doesn't crash like thunder like the rest of us.
Just seeing the amount of groms coming through at Bugs, just that put a massive smile on my face because it reminded me of the old days.
It warms the heart, doesn't it? Warms the heart.
Yeah, it really does.
Warms the heart. Does it remind you of me turning up at XBP like an absolute bellend, wondering what the hell this is?
Yeah, you was only one of many bellends. Don't think you're so special.
Mate, I got my first backside cork 5 at XBP.
Did you? Yeah. What, off the big drop-in kicker?
Yeah, man.
Very nice.
I will send. I think Daz
Murphy.
What were they? Yeah, Daz Murphy.
No, the name.
What were they called? Those two guys. Shit, they had like a.
What, did he have a split personality? Daz Murphy?
No.
Daz Murphy. The pronoun is they, and
Daz and Murphy
identifies as two separate people.
No, him and another guy, I've forgotten his name. They did some mountain board media stuff, like took loads of photos and videos and shit back in the day. Dirt Monkeys, I think they were called.
Yeah, that
rings a bell.
I think that's it. But he took a perfect photo at the perfect time where it looked like I was jumping over the hedge backwards. I'll try and see if I can find it. But yeah, I'll send it across. Brilliant.
I think if that happens, you will see that image now.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's W1.
W1.
Well, W2 is that Wendover?
W2 was no, W1 was Wendover.
Right. W2 is that Wendover?
Watford.
Watford. Okay. This is like the five dodgeball.
Yeah. 5 dodge, dip, dive, and dodge. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. Yeah, no, W1 was Wendover, W2 was Watford, W3 was Woburn Bike Park, and W4 I'm pretty sure was Wendover again. But yeah, yeah, those guys, Smiley and Kerry, Tristan and Carl, and Dan Wilson as well. And big up Dan Wilson. Still fucking shredding today.
Yeah.
That man took me to hospital the first time I broke my collarbone. I smoked some poor lady's all of her fags. Like she was just walking through the woods and just saw me just like eat shit real bad, and like I'd clearly broken my collarbone. And while they were, you know how everyone's like, oh, what, just see how you feel in a few minutes. Like I literally just chain smoked all of this poor woman's cigarettes. Just like, and then, the fat boys, fuck, I forgot about them. Anyway, I spent a lot of time with them as well. Anyway, I had Phil Harper, like I was leaning on Phil Harper, like lying on his knee, and he just like, he opened up my shirt and like had a look in, and he was like, oh, that's purple and big. Like, yeah. You need to go to hospital. And yeah, Dan Wilson drove me. And that was on the Mummy in Kingswood.
Oh, yes.
In High Wycombe. Talking of which, I'm just going to do it right now before I forget.
I sense another plug coming.
Yeah, plug one, plug two. We've got an 80 boarders session happening at Bugs on the 27th of August, which I'm assuming this will come out too late for, but maybe you guys.
Is that a bank holiday weekend?
I believe so. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not able to make it, but I've been asked to plug it.
But
yeah, if this comes out later, then if you could put it on your socials, that would be much appreciated.
No problem.
And we've got Freeride meets at Kingswood on the 30th of October. Fancy dress is encouraged. Fancy dress is encouraged, and that is
no. Sorry.
Mandatory.
Mandatory. Sorry.
Encouraged. Fuck's sake, Miles.
Fucking hell.
So
I'm useless at this shit.
Is that
I wrote down mandatory.
You wrote down. You didn't even read what you wrote. You went through the efforts of writing the scripted answer for yourself, and then thought, "Fuck it, I am throwing caution to the wind. I have got this. I once starred as fucking the hole in the wall in whatever it was in Shakespeare's Midsummer Night's Dream back in year 4, and I can do this."
Yeah, mate. Yeah, no
Fucked
worries.
One job, fucked it.
Right, so the Halloween one, is that on a weekend?
Yes. Yeah, it's on the Sunday the 30th.
And where's Kingswood?
It's in High Wycombe.
Buckinghamshire, is that?
It is in Buckinghamshire, west of London.
North.
Yeah.
I mean, sure.
Like only a little bit north though, mostly east.
I mean, as a Londoner, Dan, that upsets me.
What, from where I am now?
No, not from where you are now. Just no.
I'm not living in the past.
I'm west
living in the now.
It's west. Anyway,
it's yonder.
Anyway, right. I've been also told to say that Freeride meets is a thing that what's his name?
Dan Wilson, Simon Harwood,
and I would like to put in a little bit of me in that as well.
Yeah.
Came up with is now going to be under the 80 boarders bracket, as it were.
Umbrella.
We want to try and the umbrella, as it were. We want to try and get everyone involved in everything. Keep the hype ripe. Fuck's sake. I'm fucking ruining this, aren't I? Jesus Christ. We're also still waiting confirmation, but Jeff Bond is sorting out a private session at Adrenaline Alley on the 11th of December, followed by a session at Leicester Bike Trails in the afternoon.
Very nice.
It's awaiting confirmation. All of the information on these events that I've given very little shitty info on is on the UK mountain board scene Facebook page, so you can find it there.
Not on the AT Borders Facebook page, then.
Apparently not. No, I'm just reading the script, man. Leave me alone.
Is it on atborders.com?
Well, it will be now. Like, I've got enough time to give Gash a kick up the arse to get it on AT Borders. Yeah.
I have to say, it is very nice to see AT Borders up and running.
Mate, I feel thoroughly honoured to be a part of it. I can't wait to see where it goes. I can't wait to see how much we can get out of it and how much we can push the sport.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I absolutely love the little reads. I think like Scully's doing some of them, and I'm not sure if any of the others. There's
the little blogs.
The little blogs, yeah.
Yeah, man.
It's nice to see some reading material.
Yeah, multiple types of media out there.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna see if we can get a little forum on the website again, like the old days. I don't know.
That'd be cool.
It will just be you and Slogs, you Dan, and Slogs. Just
Dave Vimtel be on there. We'll
have
136. That's Dave Compton.
Yeah, Dave Compton, Merlin, wasn't he?
Yeah, that's it.
Nice.
There'll be a few on there.
Yeah. Just shouting at each other. A little echo chamber for you all. Love it. Where are your pads? Hold on 1 second. Ashir, could you grab me another cider, please, darling? All right. Sorry, chaps. Yeah. We still haven't really finished my origin story, really.
We probably should.
Yeah. I'll rattle it off a little bit quickly. So after we started riding WX, entered a few team challenges, one of which didn't even happen. I think us and Team Sober were the only two to turn up to the edge for the team challenge, and we just got absolutely twatted.
Yeah,
because it just pissed it down with rain, and then took them to Wendover actually, to do some free riding because that was the only thing that was available.
Is that W1 or W4?
That is W1 and 4. But it was W1 that we took them to. Like, there's two different sections of the woods, so I guess can kind of get away with it. But yeah, I remember Big Dave. Was it Dave? He was chairman of the ATBA for a little bit. He was Team Sober,
right,
from hair down, those lot. Brilliant rider, brilliant guy, and just as far as by the time I'd kind of disappeared off the mountain board scene by the time he quit, but he became chairman, did quite a lot of work. He was a brilliant guy. I think both of you guys were kind of out of the scene at the time as well.
Yeah. Did you earn your no snow stripes? Did he ever sort you out your?
Yes, kind of. So I'm just going to finish this story that I'm talking to you about.
Yeah.
With the team challenge, where we took the sober guys to Wendover, and it was absolutely shitting it down with rain, and it was really dangerous. And I'm really glad that I knew those woods, because I had so many near misses that day. It was ridiculous. And Dave actually let the air out of one of his tires and was just like, I'm sorry guys, I can't ride. And Carl just opened his backpack and pulled out a spare hub and tire with pumped up and just went, here you go, mate. At which point he had to concede and go, I'm not gonna lie, I let the air out of my tires, I don't want to ride. Right. I'm too scared, this is too dangerous. And I mean, fair play to the man. Like, it was like, because we knew those woods like the back of our hand, it was kind of fine, but I was so scared. Like, I hit a lot of trees that day, but like luckily just scathed a little bit. But yeah, no, it was Court Farm. Can't remember what year. I'm guessing it was 2007, 2006 or 2007. I was riding the track and doing flips and spins and stuff on my no snow, and Dave wanted to have a chat to me. Tatham, that is, and he was just like, here's a t-shirt for the weekend, like a new search and no snow written on the side of it. He was like, here's a t-shirt, like, we're keeping you in mind, sort of thing.
You can't have this t-shirt. You can't.
Yeah. No,
give it back at the end of the weekend.
I guess it was kind of like the MBS core team, as it were, rather than the pros. Like, it was kind of like, here's a t-shirt, we want you repping no snow, we'll give you a discount. And then like after that weekend, I mean, again, it's all a bit hazy. He was just like, I want to give you a jersey, I want you on the pro team. And he was like, but I don't have any. and JC had two, so JC gave me one of his old ones. And
there weren't many freestyle no snow riders around, or not?
No,
like,
at that time it was
successful ones. Martin James,
me and Martin James. That was it at the time.
Like, Pudding done with.
Pudding was done by then. Yeah. Like I think Pudding, he definitely stopped competing before I started riding. Basically, he stopped competing 2000. It must have been 2005. He stopped competing. So, I mean, maybe it was Pudding's jersey that I was given, or Martin James's. I don't know. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I think they were probably just all handed down.
Yeah.
But it was yeah, it was wicked. It was a proper. I mean, again, I'll send you a photo of me looking super fucking smug in my new no snow jersey, going, yeah, real happy, real happy. Brilliant day.
I don't own this, but I am owning this.
yeah. I'm not allowed to keep this. No, I was allowed to keep it. But, I mean, yeah, it was around that time that no snow was kind of dripping off, as it were.
Yeah,
that's kind of the wrong word, but kind of sounds wrong. But yeah, it was kind of around that time. Like, you could see, I could see that Dave was quite happy, like interested and really excited about my riding. Really wanted to give me a chance and stuff, but the business was kind of winding down. And it was kind of frustrating for me. Like, I wanted to rep no snow, but at the same time, they weren't able to give me much or anything really. Yeah. Like, they were able to give me a hefty discount and help me out where they could. JC gave me any spares that I needed and stuff like that. But it was, don't get me wrong, really grateful for the support that I was given. But it was kind of,
well, anything's better than nothing at the end of the day, isn't it?
Exactly. And I was so stoked and so, I was so grateful, like to ride for a company that I really believed in, like the boards they were making. I had dreams of getting a pro board and like, you know, going like, right, okay, I love this design.
Matt Brind, everyone.
Yeah, I know, right? But like I had dreams of like, you know, they had the development for the proper mountain riding, and I had ideas of how it could have been developed a bit for the freestyle side of things, and that's what I wanted to do. And unfortunately, it was kind of dipping off as I got in. So that was that, really. And then I disappeared for a while.
And why did you disappear? What do you cite your reasonings for in retrospect?
Everyone else. It's everyone else's fault.
What?
No, I don't.
Borders.
Yeah. I don't mean that. I don't mean that seriously.
Sunny Gibbon.
Yeah,
I can
Sunny
understand
Gibbon.
it. I can understand it.
No, I'm basically Carl and Tristan stopped riding quite a long time ago. Like I think probably around 2007-ish. Smiley and Kerry, they only came to competitions and they stopped coming to competitions around the same time, possibly a little bit before. I don't know, it's all a bit hazy, but being without a car and without any mates around me that were mountain boarding, it was kind of difficult to get into. I still wanted to ride, but it's like, I don't know whether either of you have ridden on your own, but for me, I fucking hate it. Like, honestly, it's like I'm doing the thing that I love the most, but I love it the most when I'm with friends. Like, I hate doing it on my own. Like, I hate skating on my own. I hate snowboarding on my own. I hate mountain boarding on my own. Like, if I've got even one person there, like, you know, just to riff off and have fun with, that's it. That's all I need. But
I don't mind riding.
Yeah.
I don't particularly enjoy hiking on my own.
Right.
Which kind of makes it a little bit difficult, considering with mountain boarding back in the day, you was hiking 50% of the time. Well, more than 50%.
Well, more than 50%.
If you're looking at actual time, but do you know what I mean?
I'm quite happy to go out on the electric board on my own and just whip around and do 20 miles on that. But
you know, I've just ruined it. I've just ruined it. I did everything in my power to not talk about electric boards.
But I won't go out on the board on my own, but I will on the electric.
And that's probably because you're not doing the boring part of that experience of solo riding. I mean, it's all very well and good saying, oh, you know, I can get in touch with nature and, you know, go out and spend time just me in the mountains and the woods and hug a few trees, man. But the reality of it is, certainly in the UK, half the time is pissing wet or something, and you got to do it on a Sunday morning when before the kids get up, or do you know what I mean? Where the lecky boards, whoop, where you go.
Yeah, man. But to be honest, like, I know I've given you both jip about the electric boards. I've given a lot of people jip about the electric boards, but it's all just jealousy, and also I'm scared of them. Like, to be perfectly honest, I'd love one. Ted, if you're listening, hook a boy up.
I'm sure.
I'm in.
Ted, if you're listening, send him a t-shirt.
Always looked after the old.
Yeah, send me a t-shirt and I'll ride for you forever.
He's got some lovely yellow hats. Ted has always looked after the old school mountain boarders. I'm sure.
I know. He has. He has invited me up for a ride. He has already. Like, the man's a legend, and I will take him up on it.
Take him up on that offer.
Yeah, man, for sure.
Bloody.
make sure it's just working out so it's a weekend that Sonny's not there.
Yeah.
I fucking
Just
hope
And then,
so.
and then go Cosmos without him.
Yes.
What's Cosmos?
Exactly. What is Cosmos? What is Cosmos? Good question, Miles. Good question. Not going to tell the answer.
I've got
Gotta go and
I've got a
experience.
reader's wise question here. What is Cosmos?
Cosmos is a dining experience.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Talk to me. Talk to me, Daddy.
Well, I feel like we're picking up too much because we live down in the fucking back of beyond.
Yeah.
But these London
Miles, yeah.
types
Miles, you
know
live in
what
London,
a
right?
dining experience is.
Mate, I've got a Cuban restaurant literally over the road from me that does tapas, and it is incredible. 25 quid for 7 tapas. And it's a mountain of food. It's amazing. And they do 2-for-1 cocktails on every night between 5 and 7.
Oh. Check you out, Cuban Pete.
Told you.
Literally like a pissing distance. I could piss on it from my window.
Well, that's not
let's
what
not
Cosmos
get
is.
into Dave's territory, eh?
That's not Cosmos. But if there's not a Cosmos in London, I would be very disappointed.
Oh yeah.
Or is it a chain? Is it a chain, Dan?
I thought that's what they were saying it was.
Oh, I don't know.
I've never heard of it.
Oh. Yeah. It's all the cuisines from around the world under one roof.
All right. I'm in.
Imagine a 1990 food market from Blue Water or whatever it was, Lakeside back in the day. If you lived in that area, you must have gone to Lakeside back in the day, did you?
With roller hockey. I went to Lakeside.
Well, it's Essex, isn't it? That's where Hill 62 was.
Yeah. No, it wasn't. The other side of London, you ball bag.
So
yeah,
what, anyway, we're veering off again.
We really are, aren't we? Sorry.
You you moved away from mountain boarding because nobody would hold your hand.
Pretty much.
They'd come and pick you up and take you on the weekend.
Big up, Smiley, Kerry, Tristan, Carl. Like that, yeah. I own a lot.
So, but you still obviously had made a lot of friends by this point in the community, and from memory, you were still keeping. Facebook by this point is coming online, 2007, 2008 sort of time. And from memory, you've never been too far away from the scene.
No, not so much. So, 2008, I went to the Alps. I went to Serre Chevalier. I did a snowboard season there, and then when I came back for the summer, I think it was that year. I don't know. They all get mixed into one. In fact, it can't have been like I had 4 years off mountain boarding, basically. I had 4 years off. I definitely rode 2009 because I came 7th in the world freestyle.
Woo! All
right. I specifically remember after that competition, Steve Cowney was judging. I was like, Steve, mate, how the fuck did I get 7th? He was like, because you backflipped a 25-foot booter, you nutcase. That's like, okay. It still didn't seem right.
Yeah,
it still didn't seem right, but I'll take it. I'll take anything I can get. But so 2009 must have been when I broke my collarbone, really. It must have been a bit of that and a bit of not being able to get to places too easily. 2009, to 2010 season, I broke my left collarbone at least 4 times that season. It was the first one was a big battleship rail, and I went up front board and I caught my heel edge in the middle and did half a backflip over the down, and the battleship was about 10 foot tall, 10 foot tall battleship, and just half a backflip onto my head and shoulder. And I remember like sort of coming to, oh, there you go, there's the third knockout. Coming to, and I was like doing this, just like trying to lift my goggles off my head. And my mate was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm trying to take my goggles off." And he's like, "Your goggles are over there, mate." Like, so why am I seeing yellow pixels? I was like, that's bad. That's bad. And then he had a look at my shoulder and it was all sorts of wrong. And I had to get a blood wagon up the hill, because that was the quickest way, was from the bottom of this jib park, was to go up the hill. Like, it was only a little bit, but up to the gondola down. But my God, that trip was agony. I'd never witnessed anything like it. It was awful. Absolutely awful. But yeah, that season, through drunkenness and through snowboarding, I broke my collarbone 4 times, probably. From the first time I broke it to the next time I thought I'd broken it was 8 weeks. But I'd clearly fallen over, pissed several times in between.
Probably not quite healed then.
Yeah, exactly. They said 6 weeks, and I was just like, I'm going to leave it 8, just to be sensible. Not realizing that I'd been getting shit-faced and falling over on the ice quite a lot, like a twat.
Nice way to spend a season in a sling. Well done.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. And like the second time I broke it, as in the second time I realised I'd broken it, I was just riding switch home and I caught a heel edge, just splat, rolled a few times. It was awful. So yeah, now I don't ride rails and I don't ride switch.
Fair enough.
That's my switch and rail life over. But yeah, I guess that's why I took quite a big hiatus from mountain boarding. Still did a bit of snowboarding, like went out again because I didn't want to leave my snowboard career at that. So I went out for another season after that, and
good lad.
Just like get back on the horse.
Yeah.
Try not like I basically, that season that I broke myself, I was just like, right, I'm going to be a professional snowboarder, and I just didn't have the skills, obviously. It was just being a dick, and just like, I had no business trying to front board this fucking giant battleship rail. Absolutely no business trying to do that. But that's how we learn, right?
You don't belong here, kid.
Yeah, exactly. Get the fuck down. Get the fuck down. But yeah, so yeah, I did that, and then, and when I came back to mountain boarding, I rang up.
What brought you back into mountain boarding?
Well, I never stopped loving it. I always wanted to do it, and it was the inaccessibility and being a bit older and not wanting to sit on a train for fucking hours and then having to get a taxi and all that shit kind of put me off it. But there was one season, I think it was the season where you got a podium, Dan, at Bugs.
Right.
What year was that?
14, maybe
2014,
something like that.
Something like that. Yeah, that was my back in, as it were. I rang up Mark Hale and I was just like, all right, mate, do you remember me? And he was like, absolutely not. Who the fuck are you? And I said, well, I want to come and ride at your centre for nothing because I haven't got any money, but I'm quite good at woodwork. Would you like me to build shit or trim grass? And I know you love that, Slogs. Like trim some grass, do some mowing, whatever. Like whatever you need. Like I'm your bitch for the 2 weeks I want to come up. And he was just like, yeah, man, of course. Like, let me camp outside the cabin. I built the new up ramp for the foam pit with him and Matt. And that during those 2 weeks was the Bugs event, and I was just like, I actually had no idea. I was like, oh well, I guess I'm coming with you guys. But yeah, it was great. It really like fueled the fire. I'll send you a link to a video that Matt put up of that week. Like we did loads of filming. I think it was the week that Matt tried the double backflip 180, and there's the video of him spanking himself as well. But yeah, I'll find the links. Like, you know, the one where he
overshoots.
Yeah, that's me sat on the hill, on the kicker with the camera like this. Like, oh no!
That is horrendous.
It is
footage.
awful.
We definitely need to be showing that right now.
Yeah, we'll find it.
Spitting.
Yeah, that weekend it was wicked. Like, did some backflips. It was like, yeah, just getting back on the board, man. Really, really thoroughly enjoyed it, and
reinvigorated you ever since.
Exactly, but I did that year, and then I had another 4 years off, basically. Like, it was again like living in London, not having a lot of people to ride with, costing a fortune to get anywhere, and it wasn't a falling out of love with it. It was more of a not being a lazy prick, and also not having an easy means into doing it.
Being alone.
Yeah.
The bottom line.
Yeah. And then Ollie Morrison turns up in London.
Yeah.
Does exactly the same Mountainboard, does exactly the same woodwork course that I did at the same college. Started skating a lot. Still, I was doing mountainboarding once a year, like just doing the competition. And now Seb Cox is here. Oh, and he's livid with you guys that I'm on before him. Loser. Yeah, and Angus McDonald lives just down the road, so yeah.
So you've got a crew again.
We got a bit of a crew. We're gonna try. But
you're gonna try.
We're all fucking. We've all got our different lives. It's not the same as when we were kids, and you know, it is a commitment which I'm really want to push forward.
Well, you got plenty of spots there.
Yeah,
Lardos 2.0.
Yeah, mate. Yeah. Apart from we won't be calling it that because that name is shit.
I'm sorry, there aren't 4 spots called W in London.
I'll find them. But yeah, I to be honest, even if it's just catching up with them boys, you know, whenever we can, even if it's just for escape, just to keep the legs moving. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's not my face.
It's, I mean, there's not a huge. I mean, Dan, you'll have to. Well, both of you'll have to tell us all the spots that are good to go and ride.
Oh, yeah, done bloody hell about 3 or 4 times. Seb knows. Right. You need us to make you a London spot directory. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Right. See that bit about effort that you were talking about, like
yes.
putting some in.
Yes.
That's what the sort of thing you need to be doing. That falls under that effort. Yeah.
No. Yeah, no, I'm in. But like, yeah, if you could tell me the names, send them to me.
In London, why not? Why not?
We were like,
restart?
thing was, we were South London as well.
This is the thing as well. The like, you got Greenwich Park that I know you've talked about.
Yeah, Greenwich Park, Crystal Palace.
I mean,
Biggin Hill,
Biggin Woods, yeah.
But they're all south.
Are they all south? Because that takes 40 minutes to an hour to get there from where we are.
Exactly. So you're gonna have to fucking find your own shit.
We're gonna have to put the effort in, find our own spots.
Sorry.
And we've got a few in mind. And once we get it all sorted, and we can go there in the middle of the night, because there's so many fucking walkers about.
I tell you,
we'll
where
invite
there is
you down.
Good woodlands, Windsor, near Legoland. And I only say it because that's not too far from London. And when I was driving out of there with the kids, there was a woodland on the road between that site and the motorway, and it looked peachy. Well, I say peachy, more beachy. You know, beachy. Like nice leaf litter, not many bushes, open woodland.
So we're talking West London, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That'll take me an hour. Oh, no, I'm happy to go ride these spots like Kingswood. We want to go and hit that.
Hang on, Myles, I've got a good idea. Do you want me and Dan to come and pick you up and take you to these spots?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
His first experience mountain boarding. Yeah. A mountain board centre called Hill 62 opened up 300 yards from my house. Like I could literally throw a ball to it. And that is the way I expect the rest of my mountain board life to be.
Fucking, yeah, pretty much. Yeah. This is unacceptable. No, I mean, it's just one of those things, isn't it? Like,
oh, you London.
I would love to just get my board, jump on the tube for 10 minutes, and be able to ride in an evening.
Yeah.
But like, you know, if I'm hour, you know, I'm not home. You know, it's long. It is long. Yeah. I'm not home till 11 o'clock at night. It's no good for a weekday evening.
Yeah, and I suppose if you go to skate park, you might as well take a skateboard.
I'm a big. I mean, Slogs knows this firsthand. I will never ride a skateboard park on a mountain board ever again. I ate shit. And I'm fucking done with it. I cannot do it. I can't. I don't understand quarter pipes. I don't understand turning. It's more. I tell you what it is. On a mountain board in a skate park, you can't scrub speed. You don't need to scrub speed, right. But I want the option.
Right.
And that's what scares me. And that's what makes me lose my shit and I fall off.
Fair enough.
Does that make any sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
Pussy, fucking pussy.
Well,
we don't need to say it, do we? We're obviously thinking it yourself.
I don't know. I find it all a bit close together and a bit tight, and yeah, the speed without knowing that I can just scrub speed on the sides.
You definitely like your mountain boarding in a very particular way, don't you?
I do, yeah.
I can see it. I can see this coming through.
On a silver fucking platter.
I want you to pick me up in your car. I want to
with no charge for fuel, obviously.
Yes, exactly. And
happy to make some stuff out of wood.
Yeah,
I'll carry a board up the hill for you.
Hold on, you want me to make something out of wood? That's going to cost you money.
You're going to chain smoke all the fags as well whilst you're there.
Yeah, pretty much.
You're probably going to run around with a bucket of piss on your head. You're really selling this experience.
Oh, mate. You know what? I really have, haven't I? I must be the most sought after mountain boarder to ride with right now. He's lazy. He couldn't give a fuck. He won't drive anywhere.
But
And
my goodness,
you're
he
fat.
has really earned his no snow t-shirt for a day.
Hey, I've still got it somewhere.
I'm sorry, man. I refuse you. Listen,
No,
we're about coming on 1.75 hours here. We got to start thinking about tying this up. I've got a question here. The only question, unfortunately, because those 80 boarders who you've repped so well have really fucking let you down here.
Fuck them.
Only one of them has come through with a question for you.
Go on.
And that's the lovely Sarah Watson.
My favourite Watson in the mountain board community, I will add.
Me and you both, Slugs. I mean,
right. That's it. Unfortunately, guys, for those viewers that are listening in their cars or whatever, the other two are now fucking muted. I can't get them back now either. Oh, so I'm mute. They don't want to come back.
I'm back in the game.
Back in the game. I couldn't do that 2 years.
Back on your game.
I'd like to sound like I was lying, Dan, but I fucking wasn't.
Matt Brind, I feel for you all of a sudden. Oh,
hold on. We haven't slagged off Matt
Watson.
Brind yet.
Right, get this question off.
If one had to shit in the woods, what supplies would one need?
Oh, okay. I mean, this is referring to a day out in Kingswood.
Oh, really? Please divulge the details.
Well, I mean, one needed to shit, and there was nowhere to shit.
And what apparatus did you have with you?
Well, I had nothing, and I didn't know Mark or Sarah very well at all at the time, and I mentioned that I needed to shit, and they must have overheard me, and they were like, "Well, we've got some baby wipes," and I was like, "No, it's fine." I just like had a few more rides, and like every time I walked up, it would be fine, and then by the time I'd ridden down, I'd really needed to shit again. And by the end of it, they lent me some baby wipes and a shit bag.
Nice.
I say lent me because I did give it back.
You did. I put it in Mark's lunchbox so he knew where it was later.
He loves a bit of peanut butter, that boy. Yes. Yeah. That was I mean, I have a bit of a I've got a dodgy stomach most of the time, man. I need a place to shit.
For you for saying that. I thought you was gonna say I have a thing for shit then.
I have a thing for shit.
Just shitting in the wild.
No, I mean, who doesn't like shitting in the wild? I love it. But no, it's a thing. I get nervous when I realise that I don't have a place to shit.
So it makes you need a shit.
And then it makes me need to shit, yeah. It's really annoying. It's awful. It's fucking awful, man. But there we go.
Well, it's taken us, an hour and a half or so, just over to get to this stage of shit and piss yet again. I thought we had passed it in the first 10 minutes, but no, we're back here.
Yeah. Thanks, Sarah. All right. And
So
fuck the rest of you.
Yeah.
Borders.
Have you got a 10 set for us, Slogger?
Yeah, but it doesn't involve shit, weirdly.
Oh, mate, I'm not interested.
What a letdown.
Oh, sorry. Hang on, I've got to recover from the shit story. Hang on a minute.
I need to say before you dive in, Slogs, Carl Rowlands is 100% happy to talk to the Dirt. If you want to give him an interview, he'll give you a bit more insight into the WX world, as it were. He's an absolute legend. I love that guy. I haven't really spoken to him for many years, but
I must say, I, I beg your pardon, Carl, but I'm not familiar with his name or his place or anything about him. So
he's got a lot of shit to tell you. He was, and it's not all about shit. He was actually kind of unofficially sponsored by No Snow.
Right.
He basically broke stuff all the time. So in the end, they just gave him stuff to try and break. It's like, here, have this. See if you can break this. But yeah, top man. Sorry, Slogs.
No, you're all right. All right. Well, we're here. There's a few dirt t-shirts left. If anyone who wasn't at the champs is interested in having a t-shirt, we can still hook you up with black or white, but only in size large, and they're beauts.
Yeah.
But I want
only
a small
couple,
one.
Only a couple of blacks left.
But I want a small one.
Very popular, and there unfortunately are no more.
Oi! I didn't
There
even
are
realise
no more
that.
tie-dye ones.
Mate, that looks sick.
There you go.
Nice.
Unfortunately, you've got to be me to get one of these ones because
Yeah, I guess so.
made it for me.
That's awesome, man.
That, isn't it?
That is real nice. Honestly, I would have worn my t-shirt this evening, but I still haven't done my washing from the champs yet. And it's not because
That is going to be honking.
Yeah, it's going to be honking. But like, I mean, literally straight from the champs, straight to Spain. Came back yesterday. Like, I've not had time.
Well thought of there, Slugger. Thank you very much for plugging that.
Nice.
Well, I feel he's fucking plugged the shit out of AT Borders. We can at least get our own fucking plug in.
Yeah.
So right, we ready for this?
Yeah, let's get it done and get it dusted.
Reg or goof?
Goofy.
Board across or freestyle?
Oh, freestyle Freeride.
I like that.
Freeride or park?
Oh, fuck you. That's too hard. It really depends on the day, but there's nothing quite like the feeling of landing a stomping trick, so I'd have to say park.
Has that always been park, though?
Nah, man. I was a Freeride kid.
Right, so Freeride back in the day, park now.
Yeah, I mean, I always had park in me, and that's what I wanted to do, but Freeride was what was available, and I fucking loved every second of it. And what I really enjoyed doing was trying to do tricks in the woods, man. Like finding little bumps and hops and shit, and yeah, tricking that.
But favourite board across track?
Oh, you shit farmer. Fuck. First thing that comes to mind is Court Farm. Like everyone has said Court Farm, haven't they? But actually, my favourite was Hair Down. That was an.
I like Hair Down, just the pure gnarliness of the fucking terrain it was on.
I took some footage. I'll ask Carl if he can find it, but I took some footage of Matt Brind newly in his MBS jersey saying, "Oh, there's rocks," whilst riding round Hair Down. It was one of my favourite things to see. But yeah, Hair Down was just, it was so good. If you got it right, it was so smooth and so beautiful. But if you got it wrong, it would fucking rip you open.
It would literally just fucking you come off sometimes like your clothes in fucking tatters.
Yeah.
Right.
Sorry. Wearing corduroy trousers was not the one for that track, which I often did. But yeah, honourable mention has to go to Green Man for sure. That I love that track. I just wasn't any good at it.
It was a decent track. Fucking fast down that bottom section.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Right. Favorite centre.
Favorite centre. Shit. I mean, well, yeah, it's got to be Hart Hill when it was Hart Hill, or maybe when it was Hales. I spent a lot of time there, and you're right there, Slugs.
Yes, that's like something in my fucking garden.
Yeah, it would have to be Hales. All the guys there have been awesome. The mini ramp was sick. Just the general vibe, just everyone was. It was a wonderful place to be, and we'll never forget it, ever. Fucking loved it. Honorable mentions XBP and Hill 62 because I helped build that place. But yeah.
Favorite trick to do.
Favorite trick to do.
To do.
When I land them, backside cork 5 mute. But I've only landed 2.
You don't ride switch anymore, so
I can land switch. I can't take off switch. It's a thing.
it's a
Are they
thing.
still on the cards to try and still stomp one down?
Yeah, for sure, man. For sure.
All right, next time we're at Bugs, you're on it.
Okay.
Orange
I'll
kicker.
carry the board. I'll carry the board.
Orange
up the hill
kicker.
for you.
Orange kicker? No, absolutely not. That's the wrong way for me. It's the wrong hip. No, it is because I'm goofy.
Yeah.
I'd have to rotate further round.
Oh, so we need something where you're going to get to an ironic landing, and that'll be the right angle.
Yeah, exactly. No, but like hip from right to left is kind of wrong. I'd have to rotate more. Do you know what I mean? As goofy, like I'd have to under rotate from right to. Fuck's sake.
Have you lost yourself?
Yeah, I have. But you know what I mean, right?
I know what you're saying. I know.
Yeah.
What you're saying.
I'd
One's
rather-
essentially alley-ooping, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. I'd rather try it on the last kicker at Bugs, like the big beater, than the orange one. To be perfectly honest.
Well, bring them big boy shoes and big boy pants.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that it's going to happen, but I want to try.
No, right, how was the date?
Yeah, I guess it's got to happen now.
It's got, you got to have a bit of peer pressure in your life.
Yeah. Slog said ages ago, back on this very podcast, I'm going to backflip at this year's.
Oh
championship.
yeah.
And then bullied poor bloody David brought David into this equation. David turns up at the champs. Oh yeah, Dan, you said you was going to be backflipping at this championship.
What the fuck, mate? You need to wind your little neck in.
Well,
I mean, long neck.
It's quite little and scrawny, my neck. But what actually happened was, I told Dan in private that I was hoping to do a backflip at the cop. Dan fucking announced it to the fucking Mountainboard community on the podcast.
Believe it or not, Stocks, I knew that already.
Right. Favorite trick to watch someone else do?
Oh.
Whoa.
Alex Downey what was it? I don't know what you like, backside Misty? Backside Misty. Alex Downey's backside Misties. Incredible. Or just if it's anyone, and it's been said many times before, and there's a reason for it, is just a fucking smooth backside 180.
Yeah.
Favorite trick to do in terms of just got it. Beautiful trick.
Favorite rider to ride with?
To ride with.
To ride with one of your homies?
Right. Nowadays, it's got to be Seb Cox. Back in the day, it would have been Jack Beazer. But that guy now is a project manager for some IT shit. I don't know. Some IT shit. Works in the city. I see him now and again for a pint. In fact, he sent me a question. He doesn't use social media anymore, but he sent me a question.
What, for this?
For this podcast, yeah. He said,
he doesn't use social media, but he's sent you a question that's only been issued on social media for a social media project.
I text him saying that I was coming on here, and if he wanted to send a question in, to DM you, and he said, I don't use social media anymore, but when are you free to hang out?
I
don't know yet.
didn't bother sending him a message back.
No, not yet.
Him an answer.
If he really wants to hang out, he'll ask the question again.
Yeah. That is true.
Right, last question. Favorite rider to watch?
That was always AJ Lawson.
Nice.
Always.
Hey, another big shout out there, AJ.
Yeah.
Brand new pro model, the latest.
Yeah, holy shit.
To get a pro model board.
I actually made him his first ever pro model.
Oh, right.
No, I didn't really. But when I was studying art and design at college, I did make the red tramper that his signature red tramper that he used to ride.
Yeah.
I made that out of cardboard. I will send a photograph of that over to you. I was obsessed with mountainboarding, man.
Hey, is this you made a life-size mountainboard out of cardboard?
No. Like
was this when you was really skint again?
Finger tech deck size.
Right.
I'll send you a picture.
Please do. You will see that if it comes through with this, ladies and gentlemen. You will see that here now.
Yeah.
Right, that's your 10 set.
Oh, nice one, man.
Have you got any shout outs or plugs or anything like that you'd like to do before we close this down?
Any messages that AT Boarders has asked you to fucking say?
Not anything that I haven't already covered, really. But AT Boarders, BFC, No Snow, Hill 62, Hill 62. My lovely girlfriend Ashia. You boys. Again, it's just another fucking fire under everyone's ball sack to get riding again. It's fucking awesome.
Let's do
fucking
it.
Awesome. And can you send me the recording of this so I can remember the photos that I told you that I would send over? I started taking notes and I got this far.
I'll send it over to you in a low res format because it'll be quite too big a file to send via most.
Yeah. Perfect.
Dude, if that's all, I'm gonna finish it up here if that's okay.
It is getting late and I very much need a piss. I've done quite a bit of cider over this.
You've got a bucket there.
Yeah,
I need a bucket in his fancy dresser cupboard.
Where's Dave? Dave, where are you?
Dave.
Right,
ladies and gentlemen, we shall see you out. Yeah, we'll see you all on the hill.
Absolute pleasure, Myles. Appreciate it, mate.
Chaps. And lovely to speak to you. Speak to you soon.
Yeah, we'll see you on the hill, man.
Much love. Bye.
Way aye, man. That was dead canny as out that like. Cheers for tuning out to listen. Now, before you gan yem, don't forget, if you want to keep getting doing with the Dorty Dort fun, like and subscribe. Get amongst it. Shy Ben's getting out.